Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Shanno Mitra Sham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnururukamaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanma Vavatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are at a section where they're talking about koshas, and we finished the Manomaya kosha, and the last verse was a pretty heavy duty one that we did, that the mind and the intellect cannot, and the speech cannot speak of Brahman, and the mind and intellect comes back, but whoever realizes the Brahman is bliss of Brahman, he becomes fearless. And so that's what it was. And now they're talking about the intellect sheath, or the Vijnanamaya kosha. That's what we are at now. So this verse, Tasmat Vai Ekasmat Manomayat Anya Antar Atma Vijnanamaya Tainesha Purnaha Sava Esha Purusha Vida Eva Tasya Purusha Vidatam Anu Ayam Purusha Vidaha Tasya Shraddha Eva Shiraha Rutam Dakshina Paksha Satyam Uttara Paksha Yoga Atma Maha Pucham Pratishtha Tad api esha shloko bhavati. I don't know, right now it sounds like Greek, but we will see what it is. Tasmat Vai, indeed from the very ekasmat, this manomayat, consisting of mind. Anya antaraha, another inner self. All they are saying is that other than this manomaya kosha, there is one more inner self, and vijnanamaya, made of intelligence. So vijnana is Vishesha Jnana, is Vijnana. You can call it wisdom. You can, when the intellect is the one which deciding factor in us, right? It analyzes and then it makes a decision. So that's because it believes in that. So that's why Vijnana. Tena, with that self. Esha, this. Purnaha, we know this word, full. Sa is he, Vai verily, Esha, this one, Purusha Vida, in the form of the person, Eva, indeed, Tasya, it's Purusha Viditam, human form. So we know what they're trying to say, that the shape is just like that human form only. And this is one way to poetic way of saying that, it's uska sar iska bana hua hai, it's giving you a lot of information ki intellect kaisa hona chahiye. So that we do the right action. Now we saw in Bhagavad Gita that Devi Sampati and Asuri Sampati, Mog Asha, Mog Karmana, Mog Jnana. So it has to be Devi so that we do everything right. And this is the step of doing it. What should be your intellect made up of? That's what I'm trying to say. Ideal intellect. That's how we see it. Okay. Anu is to ayam, this one means manomaya, Purusha Vida, of the shape of the person. And basically these koshas are, ऐसा नहीं कि अंदर में छोटा छोटा होता जाता है kosha. No, it is pervading our whole self, but it is subtle. So that's what it is. That's why it's the same shape. Okay, so now what is it made up of? Shraddha, faith, or faith is a very, very poor translation of Shraddha. Shraddha is a much, much powerful word, and we will see. Eva is indeed Shira. Uska sar is Shraddha of this intellect kosha or Vijnanamaya kosha ka sar jo hai, wo Shraddha se bana hua hai. Ritam, righteousness. And Ritam also is a very technical word, and we will see what it means. Dakshina Paksha means uska दाहिना side. और सत्यम, यहाँ पर सत्यम का मीनिंग, टेक्निकल मीनिंग स्लाइटली डिफरेंट है. वी विल लर्न व्हाट इट इज. सत्यम इज उत्तर पक्षर, लेफ्ट साइड मीन दोनों तरफ सत्यम और ऋतम. योग आत्मा, आत्मा बोला गया यहाँ पर है ना, मेन बॉडी को बोला गया है. सो यहाँ पर आत्मा का मेनी डिफरेंट मीनिंग डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट. मेन बॉडी इज, उसको योग बोला गया है. योग इज connecting to the higher, all the different paths that we do. और उसको ट्रंक बोला गया है आत्मा को, और धड़ बोलो या मेन बॉडी. महा, दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी टेक्निकल. इसका टोटल इंटेलिजेंस, हिरण्य गर्भ, महतत्व, महत तत्व. टंग इज कैन से इट. सो उसको महा बोला गया है. कृच्छम प्रतिष्ठा, दिस वर्ड हैज कम मेनी टाइम, इज अ हाइंड पार्ट ऑफ द सपोर्ट. What is support is the total intellect, and tat is about that. Api also, Esha, this shloka verse bhavati there is. I mean, there's one more shlok, the next one, that's all it's saying over there. So, uska Hindi wale ne bhi kiya translation. It's very superficial translation, but I'll read it anyway to get some idea. Some clarity might happen. So, usse alag, uske bhitar jo मनोमय कोश है, उसके भीतर एक पुरुष है जो समझ के रूप का है. उन्होंने ना वो विज्ञान को समझ बोला है, विच इज ओके, इंटेलेक्ट. यह मनोमय व्यक्ति उस समझ वाले पुरुष से व्याप्त है, परवेड्स एवरीथिंग. इस समझ वाले पुरुष का भी वही रूप और वही आकार है जो मनोमय व्यक्ति का है. सो वी अंडरस्टूड दैट. श्रद्धा इस समझ वाले पुरुष का सिर है. धर्म परायणता इसका दाहिना भाग है, दैट इज ऋतम. सत्य इसका बायां भाग है, और ध्यान और समाधि इसका धड़ या मध्य भाग है. तो यहाँ योग को ध्यान और समाधि बोला, विच इज ऑल्सो ओके. और महत इसका निचला हिस्सा, उसे स्थिर रखने का इसका आधार है. मीन्स आवर इंटेलेक्ट शुड बी रूटेड इन द टोटल इंटेलेक्ट, दैट्स व्हाट इट्स ट्राइंग टू से. इसकी नींव है. इस समझ वाले या विज्ञानमय की महिमा में अगला श्लोक है. So it's a little technical, but I think if we get the gist of it, it'll be simple. So as we discuss that, now it's talking about Vijnanamaya Kosh, intellect sheath. And what is Vijnan? The way one of the Swamis explained, confirmed knowledge. Something that I have studied and I believe in it now. उसको श्रद्धा बोलते हैं. ये नहीं कि किसी ने बोल दिया ऐसा करो तो करो, उसको blind faith बोलते हैं. They are not talking about blind faith, which is backed by your intellect. That is Shraddha. Okay, so and this is a subtler and interior sheath, we know that. And then it's said that we discussed that it pervades the whole Manomay Kosh, and the parts are described. Shraddha ko head bola, Ritam and Satyam ko right and left side, Yoga is the trunk, and total intellect is the support. So now why did it say Shraddha? What is Shraddha? So Shraddha is very, very deep. I actually gave one time one presentation on Shraddha. Maybe I will share it with everybody, whoever has the time can listen, but because I took out a lot of different things, because there is a whole chapter on Shraddha also in Bhagavad Gita. So Shraddha ko na ek inward courage bhi bola gaya hai. Inward courage to stay tuned to your ideals. कि एक तो है कि yeah, I believe in this. Then you just leave it at that. That is not Shraddha. किसी चीज में श्रद्धा होती है ना, तुम उसमें आगे बढ़ते हो, उसको तुमको कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है, बिकॉज यू बिलीव इन इट दैट. सो दिस आइडियल को कंप्लीटली ट्यून टू दैट आइडियल एंड इंटेलेक्चुअली ग्रास्प्ड इट. डाउट नहीं रखना उसमें, और डाउट होएगा तो गो एंड क्लियर इट ऑल अप, उससे श्रद्धा बढ़ेगी. इफ यू आर इन डाउट तो वो श्रद्धा स्ट्रांग नहीं होगी तुम्हारी. सो दैट्स व्हाई अर्जुन हैड टू क्लियर ऑल हिज डाउट्स to have that Shraddha. So that's what it is. And then Swamiji is going to explain that the Shraddha is like a self-confidence in us, which is very important to move forward in our life, because opportunities will be there. Qualification you might have to do something. If you don't have Shraddha or self-confidence, you won't be able to move forward. So Shraddha is like in one of the commentaries, Swamiji said it's a propelling force in our life. That it makes us go forward is the Shraddha. So he's saying that even average life to move forward we need, and I always give that example that when we buy a ticket in the airplane, We have Shraddha in that company. We have Shraddha in the pilot that he's going to take me to the other side and he's not going to be drunk and the plane is good and they have checked out everything. नहीं तो हम लोग बैठ ही नहीं पाएंगे उसमें श्रद्धा नहीं होगी. So that's what Shraddha is a part of our life. तो इसीलिए इतना इम्पोर्टेंट है ना, इसके लिए उसको सिर बताया गया है कि ये विज्ञानमय का सर है ये श्रद्धा. और राइट एंड लेफ्ट साइड को ऋतम, वो बोला ऋतम मीन्स क्या होता है कि व्हेन यू इंटेलेक्चुअली डाइजेस्ट द शास्त्रास and appreciate it. Like we are studying Bhagavad Gita and the more Krishna Bhagavan talks about what Brahman is, अब हमको श्रद्धा होने लगी है उसमें and हम उसको इंटेलेक्चुअली डाइजेस्ट कर लिया, उसको ऋतम बोलते हैं. okay? और सत्यम किसको बोलते हैं? when I have the conviction and that pushes me forward to do the action correctly. So ritam is that I believe in it completely, and the satyam is the next step when I start living it. So those are ratam. That's why this is slightly technical. And then when can we do this? What do we require? Koi bolega, okay, how do I develop this ritam and satyam and shraddha? By yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is not exercise they are talking about. That's just a very, very minuscule part of it. Yoga means, Swamiji is going to explain, it comes from the Sanskrit word yuj, means to connect, to unite. Actually, unite is the right word, not even connect. Unite with the higher. Any action, any sadhana, any path that I take to unite to the higher is yoga. So it can be karma yoga, it can be jnana yoga, it can be bhakti yoga, it can be combination of all, it can be dhyana yoga, and all the things that Krishna Bhagavan taught us, everything comes, all the practices come under yoga. Because without that, you will not have Shraddha, Ritam and Satyam. So that's why usko body of the, usko bola gaya, main dhad, जो सब सप्लाई करता है, मेन धड़ पूरे बॉडी को, योग बोला गया उसको. So then what Swamiji is going to explain, that any method by which we can drop our weaknesses and imperfection and live up to the divine goal is yoga. So now you can even say that dropping this asuri and rakshasi pravritti in us and holding on to Devi is yoga, right? You can look at it that way too. So, and of course, dhyana yoga and concentration is included in that, because after you practice all these things, your concentration and dhyana yoga increases, and you need that for the higher self, And this last part is this intellect has to be rooted in the total intellect, Hiranyagarbha. And what it is that Hiranyagarbha, because we have this concept of total intellect. All our intellect has two things. One is we are connected with that higher one. So, all of it. That's where we are getting everything. And secondly, to be rooted in that total intellect means that total intellect has that vision of oneness. So the more vision of oneness we're going to have, the better Vijnanamaya Kosha quality of Vijnanamaya Kosha will be good. That's how I was interpreting it. And all of you can also share your thoughts, because it is not expressly said that way. But what does it mean to me by being rooted in that total intellect? So expanding my vision, then I will be more connected to the Devi qualities, and I'll be using my Vijnanamaya Kosh in the correct manner. And the Swamiji is going to take another approach that, how we are influenced by other people. Means, when total intellect, when we are connected to, we are not island by ourselves. हमको दूसरों के विचारों से भी हमारा इन्फ्लुएंस हो जाता है. पूरे एक क्या बोलते हैं, युग का भी एक विचार होता है. जैसे अभी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एज चल रही है. And these little children, I see into my grandson, who is only 3 years old, I call it the Hey Google generation, because he knows how to do Hey Google already. He's 3 years old, asking question to Google. So we get influenced by all that. So that's another angle to it. But, these are the things. Any question? What are they talking about here? We got some idea? Why they are saying Shraddha, all these things. Everybody is very quiet today. Nobody's engaging in any conversation. I feel like I keep talking. Maybe you guys should say something. No comment? So since I don't know if Sushilji, if you want to read, or if not, then
No, I can read.
you can read. You're feeling okay? I don't want to pressure you, Sushilji.
No, it's okay. That's why I turned on my video.
That's the indication I got. Yeah, that you're ready to read now. Yeah.
Different from that, made up of mind, manas, is another inner soul made up of intelligence, vijnana, and by that this manomaya self is filled. It also has the shape of man. According to human shape of the previous is the human shape of this one. Faith, Shraddha, is its head. Righteousness, Ratam, is right side. Truth, Satyam, is left side. Yoga is the trunk. And total intellect,
Maha.
It's Maha.
Maha.
Is the tail.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Is the tail and the sport. There is the following verse about it. After indicating the mental sheath in the human personality of Rishi, is guiding the disciple to a still more subtler and therefore interior sheath of matter, identifying with which the individual comes to claim his intellectual personality. This intellectual sheath, as before, pervades the entire area of the manomaya, and therefore it also is to be conceived of as having human form. This intellectual sheath, having the form of a man, is described as having faith for its head.
So we discussed all that there's a next sheath now. It is called Vijnanamaya, and it's the same shape, and then they're going to describe how, and the way I look at it, ideally how it should be. That's what we have to take out of this. हमारा विज्ञानमय कोश क्या चीज का बना होना चाहिए. So Shraddha is the head.
In this anatomy of the intellectual man, in us, as described in the Upanishads, with faith, Shraddha, as head, righteousness, Ratam, and truth, Satyam, as sides, yoga as the trunk, and total intellect, Maha, as the lower limbs. The attempt of the Rishi is to bring out at one stroke, through a clear-cut caricature, the essential scientific details about the intellect that were available then to the memory of those vigilant students of that time. Unfortunately, today, we, having none of those preliminary knowledge, come to despair at the vulgarity of such rude statements that the intellectual man in us has an anatomy and a shape.
So I think that maybe some people criticize that hey, how they are talking as though intellect mein to it is a subtle thing, how can it have a shape here? But they are giving you through this some very important information. And another thing is that these students who the teacher is talking to is calling they already know what yoga means. They already know what Shraddha means. They already know Ritam. We saw Ritam Vadishyami, Satyam Vadishyami. It's already, they know. That's already passed. So they are already aware of it. They understood immediately when they said, किसी को ये मालूम ही नहीं होएगा, and you tell them, oh, this is Ritam. They बोले क्या बोल रहा है? I don't know. So you think today's students don't have that knowledge automatically unless you study all these things. But those students already knew all these things, made sense to them. But if you know these terms, this will make sense to you, what they're trying to say. That's what Swamiji is saying.
When we approach this statement with necessary understanding, it becomes very tame and yields its milk of satisfaction. Faith is not that ridiculous intellectual tyranny of one over a community or a caste, those such a silent and dumb following of prophet or a revelation is generally considered now all over the world as faith, so that the priest class may conveniently trade upon the ignorant laity.
So here, this laity is a very technical term. There are people who worship, but they are different from the Pandit class. All they are trying to say that this word has been literally abused. Oh, you should have faith, and then some people might just try to control other people. ऐसा नहीं करोगे तो ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. We know sometimes. So इस context में नहीं बोला ये faith को, and he's going to explain in the next verse what faith is. वेदांता में faith किसको बोलते हैं?
In Vedanta, faith is essentially the inward courage in us to live consistently, attuning ourselves to the ideal that we have ourselves intellectually grasped. In short, we may understand faith as something like self-confidence in ourselves. It's very well known that even in our ordinary life, our success depends not only upon the chances or upon our qualifications, but mainly upon our confidence in ourselves. Without a certain amount of self-confidence, we cannot live even an average life successfully. One who has lost completely his own confidence in himself is a lunatic, who is a danger to society and a sad encumbrance upon himself. Intellect can grow and assert itself, therefore, only if there be an unbroken flow of self-confidence in it. The Upanishad rightly expresses that every head, meaning the sacred and the most important limb of the intellectual man in us, is self-confidence, termed here as Shraddha.
So he gave a pretty long, and I have gone through a lot of points already. So, Shraddha is most important, and we know that even Bhagwan में श्रद्धा समझो कोई बोले, हाँ, तो हमने ये we have discussed this point. थोड़ा सा भी कुछ गड़बड़ होएगा हमारी लाइफ में, oh, I don't believe in God. If God was so compassionate, why did it do that to me? Shraddha is gone. 2 minutes में, और अब से तो मैं भगवान की पूजा ही नहीं करूंगी or something, So that's what it is. But if you know what really God is, like Krishna Bhagwan is saying, then you will have that Shraddha. It's not going to be broken then. You'll have that self-confidence. कितना भी कोई आके तुमको बोलेगा, you're not going to listen to them because you have analyzed it yourself and you have that confidence. So that's what is most important in our Vijnanamaya Kosha, to have the proper Shraddha.
Similarly, its right and left sides are the intellectually digested and appreciated essence of the great textbook, Ratam, and the courage of conviction that propels one to live up to the Ratam is called Satyam. It is evidently clear that a man can grow in his intellect only through study and training in every walk of life.
So now we saw that what is Ritam and Satyam. They're technical thing that, intellectually digested and appreciated essence. So ये नहीं कि समझ के करो तुम, कि कोई बोल रहा है इसके लिए नहीं करो. Even, whole भगवद गीता कृष्ण भगवान ने अर्जुन को समझाया. अगर उनको खाली ऑर्डर देना होता तो यही बोलते ना कि मेरी सुन और जो जाके लड़, बस. ऐसा नहीं किया उन्होंने. उनको क्यों लड़ तू, वो पूरा उनको ज्ञान दिया उसको, और एंड में जा क्या बोला, यू डू व्हाट यू प्लीज नाउ, आई हैव टोल्ड यू एवरीथिंग. So Arjun, intellectually appreciated Bhagwan, and then he said, I'm going to do what you're telling me because, I want. That's what it is called, Ritam. And Satyam is to courage to go and do it. Actually doing it, Satyam. Action.
The trunk or the essence, in the sense that it is the main seat of vitality, which distributes its essence and nourishes all the parts of the intellectual man, is explained here as yoga. The word yoga should not bring before your mind, the picture of twisted human forms or bellowing prana, pranayama practitioners. The word yoga comes from yuj, meaning to join, and any attempt of any individual to live in life through contemplation, attuning his own imperfect being of today to the greater and the nobler concept of the true is called yoga.
So we know in this class everybody should know what the yoga means. Like when I'm working with like 15-year-old, so वो लोग भी they also were born in this country. So the moment yoga means को yoga classes, जाके कुछ exercise करो and all that. So then I this is what I came up with, the action. Yoga means unite with the higher. Do this and do that. Because if they forget what it means, unite the higher, so you do the action, So that's what it is. Any kind of practice we do to unite to the higher is yoga.
Any method by which we can live up to a certain nobler and divine goal and thereby come to drop our weaknesses and imperfections under which we are totally suffering, all such sacred activities, divine in concept, noble in spirit, are called yoga. Mainly the success in yoga rests upon the individual's capacity to concentrate and his ability in deeper meditation. Therefore, to say that very trunk of the intellect is the power of concentration and its application in deeper faithful meditation is but expressing a fact which even modern scientists must accept without any complaint.
So we saw that, anything dropping our weaknesses, or you can say, not taking refuge in the Asuri and Rakshasi, and taking in Devi is yoga. You can say that too. Now, so many different ways you can approach this, And then also, when it comes to yoga, the final thing that we all want to go through towards meditation and concentration. Dhyana yoga that we all learned in Bhagavad Gita. So, and वैसे भी to do any kind of job, even the worldly thing, concentration and all is very important, right? Any job you want to do. So that's why it's saying this. So it's the main part of the Vijnanamaya Kosha.
The individual intellect is rooted in the Mahat Tattva, says the Upanishad. Mahat Tattva is the concept of the total mind or intellect. How the individual intellect is conditioned by the total intellect is very well experienced at every moment by every one of us, although rarely are we conscious of it. Take the example of a young man sitting in the veranda of his house, rather restless because of his incapacity to visit as many pictures as he wishes to, or because he has not yet come to possess a radio all to himself. Compared with his grandfather's generation, we can say that this young man has started worrying for a thing over which our grandfathers never thought of complaining or grudging. The young man is now thinking in terms of his age, and to that extent, we may say that he is a product of the thought of his times.
So just Swamiji is just taking this angle to tell you that our intellect is connected with all the other people of our times, and it does get influenced by it. We are not sitting on our own. That's one angle. And the other one is he's going to explain further about that Mahat Tattva also.
This idea is elaborated to include even its subtlest implications in the story of the 10 great incarnations accepted by the mythology in Hinduism. According to the age and the conditions, the Avatara also had changed in its physical structure, mental capacity, and intellectual accomplishments. From the fish to Krishna is the entire story revealed of how the great man gods of each era had to prove themselves a faithful replica of the total intellectual throbbing of their respective ages.
So he was just saying that the total intellect, it has an influence of the age also. And they, I know this is, even if we don't want to analyze this is fine. They're talking about Dasha Avatar. जैसा जरूरत होती है वैसा आता है. if we can understand that's good enough over here.
Mahatma Gandhi in Italy would have been as complete a failure as Mussolini would have been in India. Not only the great leaders and the prophets are thus product of their ages, but every one of us is guided entirely by the influence of the age, that we can almost say there is but a very meager fraction in us which is original. This idea is expressed here by saying that the intellect is rooted in the total intellectual influence of our era. The next section gives us required Vedic quotation to substantiate the statement of the Taittiriya Upanishad expounder.
So same idea he's talking about it, that it is saying that it's, I think that I like the other thing much better, that it is connected with the total intellect, and then we should just have an expansive intellect. But he's also saying that we are very heavily influenced by our age. Age meaning not this age, but age of the yuga or the environment around us. So that I think that sometimes we say for our children, they don't know this, they don't know that, because they're born here. They're helpless. They are influenced by this society. So we have to tactfully kind of handle that. We cannot say, when you start telling them too many stories of your childhood, they get very annoyed, right? मेरे पास तो ये भी नहीं था, मेरे पास तो वो भी नहीं था, look how much you have and all. They just cannot understand what that means. They are product of this, So many different things go into it, the total intellect. But any question, comment?
It's total intellect, Hiranyagarbha,
Yeah.
is that the same, right?
Yeah, Mahat
That's
is
what-
that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's like, the ocean example. You have one wave and you have entire ocean.
Yes.
So the power of
yes.
entire ocean is, and the, ocean has its own mechanism, how it handles the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. But our intellect is it's like, another example is, we might have electricity in every house, but it is connected to that powerhouse.
Right.
That's where it's
right.
coming from. So it's rooted in that total intellect. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Even within the house, it's connected to every other,
There you go.
object.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
also get influenced by the environment in the house, in the society, and all that.
Yes.
Everything. तभी fashion किसको बोलते हैं? Teenagers copy each other.
Yeah.
एक ने वो फटी हुई पैंट पहनना शुरू किया तो अभी सारे लोग पहन रहे हैं.
Yeah.
फटी हुई पैंट.
Yeah.
Because they get influenced by each other. They're connected. Anyway, any other question, comment?
Is there a diversion in mind if they are not connected to the what other people are doing? I mean, I'm thinking of more of teenagers, etc. Is there agitation? There would probably be some agitation, etc., in their mind if they are not doing or going along with the.
Oh, you mean why do they try to? Because अभी intellect develop नहीं हुआ ना. Means wisdom आया नहीं है अभी. एक बार अगर
Right.
why do we, when we get older, we don't go and copy other people. वो लोग
don't.
फटे कपड़े
Yeah.
पहने, हम थोड़ी पहनेंगे. I can tell you, हम में से कोई नहीं पहनेगा फटी हुई
right.
jeans. Because हम लोग का थोड़ा wisdom अभी हो गया है कि just because somebody is doing it, we don't. If it's a stupid thing, why are you copying? मैं आया नहीं है अभी. So it's वो लोग, as long as they are not doing anything harmful, just let it be, because you can't control everything. If you start controlling everything with a teenager, फिर वो और rebellious हो जाते
They
हैं.
can't. Yeah.
So as long as they are
I'm
not
thinking
doing
of
something
other
horrible,
drugs,
Yeah.
etc.
because
and all
it's
that.
it is you do get influenced by the society, no doubt.
Yeah.
It's a human nature. But when the adults start getting influenced, and then it is a problem. सब कर रहे हैं तो मैं भी करूँगा. ये नहीं कि सोचो तुम ठीक है या नहीं. Like Gaurang Bhai used to say, in our Houston has a huge Indian crowd, huge. Or the weddings had become out of control over there. People started doing, one over अब फिर वो हाथी घोड़े भी आने लगे वहाँ पे, पता नहीं क्या क्या होने लगा. And like and Gaurang Bhai used to say, you go to a wedding and you always think कब खत्म होएगा इनका सबका lecture, फिर मैं घर जाती हूँ, because people will do speeches, they are not professional speakers. And they say, why are you copying everybody? Why don't you think some original and do? Then some people started doing some simpler versions, because people just blindly start following. So many different things are there. Yeah. Should I close? And I know that you wanted to talk about those 10 points, 10 some verses, right? So Pushpalata ji, came across a very interesting book, she said, which has 10 verses that she wanted to share. But if anybody getting late, hungry, you can leave, fine. But she wanted to tell me, if you are interested, you can hear. Otherwise, you can just sign out.
You want to say the prayer?
Yeah, okay, I'll say the prayer. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. आपको अपना वो म्यूट हटाना पड़ेगा पुष्पलता जी. No, we can't hear you. म्यूट हटाइए. हाँ, अब ठीक है. आप बोलिए.
नहीं, मेरे को पूरा संस्कृत में पढ़ नहीं पाऊंगी मैं ठीक से, लेकिन मैं वो आपको बताती हूँ कि कौन कौन से मतलब.
हाँ, बताइए.
कौन सा. तो सेकंड चैप्टर का 11th श्लोक.
Okay, that's where Krishna Bhagwan started. Chapter 2 का 11th.
अशोच्य नान्य अशोच्य.
Yeah, I think he says in that you are talking like pandits, but you are है तो बुद्धू ही, something like that, right? Because जो लोग wise होते हैं वो लोग चाहे जिंदा हो चाहे मरे उसका शोक नहीं मनाते. That's what it. So उन्होंने ना ये
वेद, ये भी सेकंड का ही है, 21वां 21 वो दिया. वेद विनाशिन नित्यम एन मंजवेयम.
What is the श्लोक number? श्लोक नंबर बताइए वापस. 21 of second chapter. हाँ,
सेकंड चैप्टर. अच्छा, मैं और आपको बताती हूँ. 55 of second chapter.
55 is प्रजहाति यदा कामान. क्या लिखा है वहाँ पे? प्रजहाति यदा कामान. So he's just saying that उसने पूछा कि अर्जुन ने पूछा कि जो लोग सेल्फ रियलाइज होते हैं वो कैसे होते हैं. So he said कि वो ऐसे होते हैं जिनके कोई डिजायर नहीं होती उन्हें. प्रजहाति यदा कामान सर्वान पार्थ मनोगतान, right? आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः प्रजहाति आत्मन्ये आत्मना तुष्टः स्थित प्रज्ञस्य दोच्यते. या तो स्थित प्रज्ञ के लक्षण है. ओके, यस, ओके. फिर
एक और दिया उसने वो सेकंड चैप्टर का ही 47.
ओ कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते. दिस इज अ वेरी पावरफुल वन कि भाई तुम लोग अपना काम पे ध्यान दो, उसका रिजल्ट की चिंता मत करो. तुम्हारा राइट नहीं है उसके ऊपर, अधिकार नहीं है तुम्हारा.
और थर्ड चैप्टर का दिया तो ये तो सेकंड के हैं.
हाँ,
थर्ड का दिया है. थर्ड का थर्ड श्लोक.
थर्ड श्लोक कैसे शुरू होता है? थर्ड
वो है ये वाला. लोकों में विधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मया ने.
Oh, I think he's saying कि why are you telling me to do this fighting when okay.
ये है थर्ड चैप्टर का. और फोर्थ का नहीं है, फिफ्थ का है. फिफ्थ का दिया संन्यास्तु महाभावो. फिफ्थ का श्लोक 6th वाला नंबर.
6th श्लोक संन्यास बताया होगा कि क्या है संन्यास. ट्रू संन्यास क्या है. Okay.
हाँ, और एक और फिफ्थ का सर कामानी मनसा संस्यास्ते सुखम वशो 13 श्लोक
13th.
फिफ्थ का ही
Okay. We all can go and look at these shloka. I'm sure जिसने भी analysis किया, those are very important shloka. Okay.
हाँ, और नो चैप्टर
वो अपना वाला है.
फोर्थ श्लोक
हाँ.
ये है मया जन्मिये
ओके, ये तो अभी यहाँ पर है मेरे पास. देखूं. 4th श्लोक ऑफ
9th चैप्टर
Yeah. All this world is pervaded by me in my unmanifest form, all being exist in me, but I do not dwell in them. Remember, हमने काफी बड़ा एनालिसिस किया था उसका. ओके.
अच्छा, और फिर बाकी 18th के हैं. 18th के हैं. एक तो ये है यथे प्रवृत्ति दुर्वर्ता ने ये 46 वाला है.
46 of 18. Okay, we can go and check it. Okay, और
एक और है 66 18 का.
ओ सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य, वो तो हम लोग हमेशा बोलते हैं.
टोटल 10 है. उसने 10 मतलब इकट्ठा करके कहा गीता की. ये 10 जो है वो पूरा वो है एसेंस ऑफ द वर्ड्स.
Very nice. Yeah, sometimes it's good to have these so that you can go and just, review them. हाँ.
स्वामी दयानंद का है ये.
Sorry.
स्वामी दयानंद की है. तो उन्होंने
ओ
लिखा
दयानंद जी की. अच्छा, दयानंद जी मतलब जो आर्य समाज वाले हैं.
हमारे समाज वाले हैं.
हाँ. Nice, very
तो
nice.
उन्होंने एसेंस लिखा. ये 10 एसेंस है पूरे गीता.
No, very nice that you gave this so that somebody wants to just one day sit and
अच्छा लगा तो मैंने सोचा कि आपको बताऊं तो मैं 10 एसेंस में पूरी गीता आ गई.
No, thank you very much. Okay, very good.
चलिए
ठीक है. All right, we will see you next time. So next time I think it's going to be, is it in the mandir?
वो तो 4th को है ना मंदिर में.
हाँ. So we will do it